Okay, what's up? This your girl Erica Taz. So I'm chilling in the storage area in the classroom. Well, this is also where our students keep their personal things, but I'm talking pretty low because I'm still at work. But I got time, a little time to kill. So I wanted to spend it with you guys and doing this live. So I wrote down a topic that I felt like would help me bring the message of what I wanted to talk about with y'all more to light in a smoother way. So this is what came to mind, okay, that I wanted to share with you guys. So prepare for new beginnings, growing pains, and hopefully some endings. Okay. So first, I want to say that just the fact that it's, springtime, it's the new year for a lot of people, we should expect a lot of new beginnings. We should definitely expect some growing pains. So, first, let's talk about the new beginnings. So, us just like stepping into new territory, whether it be prioritizing ourselves more now, doing more things that are involved with self care. A lot of us come out of the winter blues, and the springtime is where we can shine the most as far as caring for ourselves, right? It's nice outside. You want to go out and soak up the sun. You want to do things with family and friends. You want to go to the beach, be by the water, go, sit, read a book by a tree or a creek or whatever, go on a hike with friends, or even by yourself. So these things allow a lot of us who might have been struggling during the winter with being stuck inside or having cabin fever or what have you, to really start embarking on the things that we love to do or start some new things, right? Some new adventures and experiences. So we kind of like open ourselves up more for that in the spring. Then, if you're planting things, whether it be businesses or whether it be vegetation, also those things happen in the spring as well. So we're waiting for things to blossom. We're putting it in the dirt. We're allowing it to grow. So, yeah, that's what I think about when I think about the new beginnings. But the growing pains. So the growing pains, um, hold on. It's a spider right here, y'all. Yeah, I don't play with no spiders. I ain't gonna end it, but I'm gonna just redirect it. What's up? Thank you for tuning into the live. This is your girl Erica Taz. We're talking about growing pains. We're talking about new beginnings and hopefully some endings. So when we say growing pains, that means like when you are deciding that you no longer want to be stuck in cycles. I'm talking a little low because I'm in a pretty much a quiet space, so I don't want to be too loud, but I hope the message is received. Nice to meet you. I am from Philadelphia. Where you from? Let me know in the comments if you're tuning in. And definitely think about, subscribing to the channel so that you can see me more often and I can also get to know your content and what you do as well. Growing pains. When I say growing pains, I mean when you decide that you are no longer repeating some of the same patterns, or if you're starting to recognize the things that have you going in loops and stuff like that, whether it be a mentality, whether it be what you're feeling or going through mentally, or even some physical things. So maybe you want to get out there and move your body more. Maybe you want to be more mindful of what you put into your body. So just the pains, I say that you may go through making those changes. So your growing pains or conflicts that might happen while you're growing as a person. Those are all growing pains. Or recognizing that in some ways you could be a part of the issue or the problem when it comes to the things that happen in your life, okay, or on this path. So that's growing pains and that aspect of what I'm saying. And then hopefully things are ending. So when I say that things are ending, I mean the things that are no longer serving you, of course. So whether that be relationships, whether that be jobs that didn't align, whether that be connections with people, whether it be like at work or with even family or friends, like certain things that are ending, types of relationships that are ending, or types of cycles that are ending for you. I hope that they are ending for you so that you can move into the new you, into the you that you were always meant to be, or meant to be in this now moment. What? Oh, who said that? I appreciate you so much. So yes, so that's what we're talking about. So I like to connect things with a little story time. So I'm gonna give you a little story time, and I hope that maybe this can resonate with somebody. So recently, my sister, she was in the hospital, being she was hospitalized for something that she found out was happening to her pretty much out of the blue, but it was something that was definitely like not a small thing. She had to go through surgery, so something that could have been, that was pretty much life threatening, I should say, right? Now, my sister, we've had a rocky relationship my whole life. Um, and a lot of times I think we made assumptions about how we felt about each other or about our relationship, period, right? So I'm not saying that it took her being in the hospital or something happening for us to have this conversation. But sometimes when you believe that things can happen for a reason, or that they happen for a reason, I want to say that I'm not even sure if we would have had this conversation had that thing not happened. Now, I'm so thankful and grateful that she's doing well. She had two surgeries so far, and everything is looking promising. But this moment happening to her led me to be there at the hospital for us to have this conversation we haven't had in years, to express our love for each other and to kind of like end whether the assumptions were about how we truly felt about each other, and to move past some really hard things that happen between one another. So when you start to look at life in that way, when things happen that can seem traumatic and you try to find the silver lining in them, you're helping yourself grow. And in that growing pain, like I was emotional, when I found out about my sister. And yeah, it did affect me in an emotional way. But also, I was able to grow in that moment and know that I wanted to be connected with my sister, regardless of whatever turmoil or things that we have gone through in the past. And I made sure that I was there, and it was essential to our relationship because it helped us to move forward in a positive way. A lot of times we out here just misunderstanding each other because we're not willing to put our own ego aside and truly understand and listen to what a person needs or how a person has been impacted by us. We don't want to hear those things at times. And this is speaking for myself, growing pains. When you're growing past being that type of person or even recognizing those type of things, you're still, it's not like recognize and then something snaps in you where you're like, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. Yeah, you still do those things. You possibly could still do those things, but you'll get better at recognizing it, and you'll understand how it affects others. And if you truly care, and if you truly care about changing, if you truly care about the people in your life, you will want to change those things. None of us are perfect, okay? Any relationship is flawed because we are flawed individuals. We came into this journey knowing that we would have flaws, and we came to learn something. If that's your belief system, that's mine. I'm on this journey because I am remembering things about my true self, and I am learning things that I wanted to experience on this journey as Erica Taz. So this is the self-discovery, part of our lives right now. And a lot of us, especially if you're watching this video right now and this far, you are probably going through your self-discovery as well. You're discovering the things about yourself that you still need to work on. You're discovering the muscles that still need to be strengthened. You're discovering like tools that you need to use or utilize so that can be sharpened, and that's okay. Give yourself grace. Be in spaces where you're able to receive grace. and make sure that you show it to others, even if you're distancing yourself. So it was beautiful to talk to my sister and to have that heart to heart and to recognize that we had some of the same assumptions that, hey, I assumed that you wasn't messing with me like this and that, and vice versa. But us talking about it, we got through it and it made us closer in that moment. That's what life is. Sometimes crazy things will happen to bring you closer to who you are meant to be close to. And then there's things that'll happen that'll separate you from what you're not supposed to be close to. And you don't have to figure out what that is or why that is. All you have to do is trust. Trust in God, trust in whatever your belief system is, trust in the divine plan over your life, and just be the best you that you can be for yourself first and foremost, and for others. But understand that it's going to take you the journey of being alone, just being, it's going to take you on this path with twists and turns and ups and downs and stuff like that. And that's the beautiful part about it. We don't have to see it as a thing just to get through. Okay, we need to take the time to actually enjoy what's unfolding and take the pressure off of ourselves, take the pressure off of others, and just enjoy connection. So I hope that your new beginnings include new connections, even the connection with you, with your higher self, with higher vibrations. I hope that that is part of your new beginnings. I hope your new beginnings is um, being there for yourself, sticking up for yourself, standing up for yourself, putting yourself first, expressing your wants, your needs, your desires, expressing your boundaries, expressing how you feel, expressing what resonates, what doesn't resonate, what you appreciate, what you don't appreciate. And I hope that you're in spaces where you're welcomed to do that freely, with no harm to others. But I hope that you're in spaces where you're able to open up and be vulnerable freely without being judged or without being projected upon or without being ridiculed or not any of those things. Okay. So the growing pains is understanding that as we grow into ourselves, as we make mistakes, as we are projecting and bouncing off each other and mirroring each other or whatever, that we know that these are just growing pains. Okay. Being wrong doesn't make you a horrible person. Rubbing somebody else the wrong way doesn't make you a horrible person. Okay. So, and that's just me speaking to myself too, as much as I speak to whoever's watching this right now. So just know, if you make a mistake, that doesn't mean like, damn, like I'm messed up or like there's something wrong with me. By all means, if you feel like there's things and there's other resources that you need to reach out to, like myself, I'm excited about starting mental health coaching as a client for mental health coaching. April 21st is my first meeting, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to talk about where I am right now in life and the things that I want to work on and to just be better at. I'm a person that I feel like I feel a lot. Maybe I overfeel things, being an empath or a seer, a feeler, and being a Cancer. Okay, shout out to my Cancers. All right, our time is coming. Birthday, turn up time in July. All right, my Cancers, y'all know. If you know, you know, right? But anyhow, we're feelers. People call us sensitive. People call us what's the other word? Definitely sensitive or emotional, right? Cancers. But I feel like there's a superpower in being sensitive and being emotional at times. Sometimes I feel like people lack emotion in their connections. And it's more so just about black and white and this and that. Instead of, what do you actually feel? How am I making you feel? How do we feel when we're together? That's what I value the most. I value being in spaces where it feels good. And if it doesn't feel good, then how can we arrive at that? So I'm saying all that. Give yourself grace. We're springing into action continuously. We in spring, so it's all about the blooming. So continue to bloom out there. And don't be afraid of the dark either. So the dark and the stillness are tools. Be in the dark if you need to be. Be like, understand what you're feeling. Don't try to ignore your feelings or push them aside or bury them. That's not what life's about either. It's about being able to feel, but having a healthy way to navigate through those feelings and your emotions. So that's what your girl Erica Tez has to say. Meet me at the next one. When is the next one? You'll know because I'll be probably talking about it, putting it in a post here, or I'm gonna pop up on you. So make sure that you hit that notification little belly thing, smash that button, they say, right? So smash that button, comment here, let me know if anything of what I said resonated with you. Let me know, actually, are you going through growing pains right now? Do you feel like you're embarking on any new beginnings? Do you feel like there's some endings happening, and happy ones or not so happy ones? Let me know all that too. And yeah, I look forward to keep on connecting with you guys. It's your girl Erica Taz. There's more videos like this on my page. What you can expect from this channel, if you're new to the channel and thinking of subscribing, is me talking like this, me having fun. I like to also post some funny videos at times. I also like to express myself with movement. So you might see some dance videos. And most importantly, I'm here to connect with other humans. I'm a butterfly messenger. That means that I'm in my own transformation as I'm speaking about my journey. And everything that I speak about, I know that it can help somebody else who may be in the same stage, may be not trying to go back to a certain stage, or it's something that you could resonate from that you've already gone through. So peace and blessings to everybody out there, and I'll see you at the next one.